communication made possible through the use of computer technology. Generally, the phrase new media describes content available on demand through the internet. This is a very general phrase. Okay, without internet, there is no new media, right? The content can be viewed in any device. Maybe if we connect it to the computer, we will see on the monitor. If the internet is available on the mobile phone, we will see on the smartphone monitor. Even LED screens, LCD screens, wherever it is possible to view the content in various type of devices, right? This content can be viewed on any device and provides way for people to interact with the content in real time with the inclusion of user comments and making it easy for people to share the content online and in social media with friends, co-workers. Let us discuss about some examples of new media, like some 30 years ago, generally we used chat rooms, emails. Email is still it is very popular, chat rooms. But after emerging of these new applications, means WhatsApp, other Insta messages, Instagram, IMO, all these, generally now the using of the chat rooms is reduced. Even though we are here discuss about the new media, what are the elements? There are a static representation of static and text and graphics. New media includes websites and blogs, next streaming audio and video, chat rooms, email, online communities, social media and sharing platforms, mobile applications, web advertising, DVD and CD-ROM. There is also technology. Earlier only floppy disk. Then we have only tapes, then floppy disk, then CDs, then DVDs, then Blu-ray disc, then now we are using memory cards. New media include virtual reality environments, integration of digital data with telephone, such as internet telephone. It means now what we are using smartphones. Digital cameras also comes under the new media. Let us discuss about the characteristics of new media. Dear students, if you have any doubts, please chat in the chat room. I will give you the clarification to you. This content, new media content, can be viewed in any device. Already I discussed. Yeah, coming to the characteristics of new media. The binding together term new media really alludes to an extensive variety of changes in media creation, distribution, and use. There are changes that are technological, textual, conventional, and cultural. Now we will discuss about the primary characteristics of a new media. That is, they are digital, interactive, hypertextual, virtual, network, and simulated. These are the some primary characteristics. We will discuss in detail about each characteristic. Now coming to discuss on the digital, we need first of all to think about why new media are described as a digital in the first place. What does digital actually means in this context? Digital media data describes as electronic information that generates, stores, and processes the data in term of binary codes, that is 0 and 1. So the data is stored in the two codes, that is 0 and 1. So data transmitted or stored with digital technologies expressed as a strong of as a string of a 0 and 1, zeros and ones, right? These outputs are to be decoded and received as a screen displays. Binary code allows people to access data in a way that is easier and faster. All the digital information is commonly found in online sources. These memory drives very rarely, very frequently we use this in our day-to-day life. Digital technology is primarily used with the new physical communication media, such as satellite and fiber optic transmission. The opposite of digital is analog, whereas analog refers to the process of storing physical properties in another physical form, like old newspapers, old newspaper archives. So it is in the physical, and we are storing in the physical form. Whereas the digital, if we scan it, that newspaper, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, like that, the end pages. So we scan it and we save it in the digital format that maybe goes to digitalization. Analog media is fixed, it does not change. Whereas digital media is in a constant state of flux. It is constantly following, changing, and improving. Another important characteristic is interactivity. This is a unique feature in new media. Interactivity is the communication process that takes place between humans and computer software. New media offer a two-way form of communication where people are no longer just on the receiving end. New media allows consumers and users to get more involved. This can be seen in a simple acts like commenting on news pieces, writing a review for a place, for a historical place, for a historical village. On the World Wide Web, we not only interact with the browser, means the web application program. Browser means the web application program, but also with the pages that the browser brings to us. The implicit invitations called the hypertext, but the link us to other pages provide the most common form of interactivity when we using the web. Interactivity includes interactive communication, hypertextual navigation, immersive navigation, registrational interactivity, and interactivity of textual interpretations. All these comes under the interactivity. Here we need to know about the some games. We found some 2000 and 1990s there is a computer games which were established started in the streets of many cities. The most constant form of interactivity is typically found in the games, which need a continuous form of interactivity with the gamer. See, many games we have recently some Free Fire, other games. Within friends who sat in their own houses and do they together can play the game and they together interact. Interactivity is a powerful presentation of user engagement with the media text, and also a more independent relation to sources of knowledge, individualized media use, and greater choice for the gamers and interactors. Another important characteristic is hypertextual. It is a reference to non-sequential connections between all kinds of data facilitated by the computer. For example, in the newspapers we see the space is very important. We could not, means the newspapers management, the employees, means the reporter or sub-editors, they don't give much text because the space is very important, only limited points, and a photograph is added in the newspaper because of the constraint of the space. So if we use whereas in the new media, we just need to give a hypertext link, means URL link between the text. If the reader is more interested to know about the subject, he will click on that hypertext link and he will get more information in the new window. This is possible with the new media. It is also an important part of the history of computing, especially in the way that hypertext addresses ideas about the relation of computer operation systems, software and databases to the operations of the human mind. One more characteristic is the network. This characteristic is the availability of sharing content through the internet. This involves consumption. For example, would be our consumption of media text, and how now we have a large number of highly differentiated text available in various ways. One more element is virtual. This characteristic embodies a virtual world that is created by impression or engagement in an environment constructed with the computer graphics and digital video. For example, if we visit any mall, there is a virtual games also, means walking a rope between the two wheels and driving the vehicle in a very close narrow space near the hills. So all these games are available in the video games. So where virtual means we feel it, we are sat in that car and driving, but instead we could not drive, but just we are moving, just we are using the handle and we feel it if we are really driving. Next one is simulation. You could link this to previous points in regards to video games. Simulation games manage to immerse people in a virtual life that is represented are simulated through digital technology. The definition of simulation is any synthetic or counterfeit creation. It is the creation of artificial world that represents a real one. See, we can play cricket also without visiting, without going to play in a physical mode in a ground. We will get the experience. Someone is bowling the ball. We are with the just in the indoor. We just move our bat. We can do the batting just to in that indoor net only. Today we have flight simulations, driving simulations, and even ship steering simulations. So all this happens with the new media. Dear students, yeah, dear students, the another important topic is evaluation of new media. Until the 1980s, media depended primarily upon the print and analog broadcast models like television and radio. Later, now we are seeing the digital media, internet, radio, and TV, video conferencing, email, SMS, all mobile devices, e-newspapers, all these are the evolution in the media. Websites of the internet and all traditional media have transferred through the application of the technologies such as image manipulation software like Adobe Photoshop and desktop publishing tools. See, in the newspapers, there is also, they have emerged new kind of technologies. Now, every newspaper has its individual website. Every newspaper is updating the information in the website. Actually, there is a time limit for the newspapers for production. Means 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. like it. Depends on the paper, the periodicity of the daily newspaper. So they give the information in the print form until 11 o'clock, until 12 midnight. Now the technology and the more innovations, every newspaper now they are maintaining internet editions and they are maintaining websites, they are maintaining e-newspapers. So all this is in an electronic form. So they are giving updated information in the website every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, because that is required in this modern age and in this present contemporary. It is required for a newspaper to survive and to get the reader's attention. Dear students, if you have any doubts, you may ask, raise your hand and ask. Otherwise, you type in the chat box. I will read it. I will get back with you the clarifications. According to Newman, is a theorist, we are now witnessing the evolution of universal interconnected network of audio, video, electronic communications in the form of a text or electronic form. and we know there is a no geographic distance, a huge increase in the value of communication, increasing the speed of communication, and the new media provides opportunities for interactive communication. It allows forms of communication that was previously separated to overlap and interconnect. The new media and particularly the internet provide the potential for a democratic post-modern public sphere in which citizens have participated in a well-informed, non-historical debate pertaining to their social structures. Earlier, illiterates, for example, they don't know reading, they could not access the information, they could not access the news messages. Now, possible with the emergence of television and new media, if a person who just hold a smartphone and there is an application YouTube, you can see live news channel, streaming news channel online without required television monitor, television set. This is all happens with the emergence of new technology. Globalization and new media, the interlink between what is the interlink between the globalization and new media. The rise of new media has increased communication between people on the internet all over the world. It has allowed people to express through blogs, websites, pictures, and other user-generated media. With the result of the evolution of new media technologies, globalization took a shape. So we will discuss about some more details about this globalization. See, while this perspective suggests that the technology is determining factor in the process of globalization, arguments involving technological determinants is generally frowned upon mainstream media studies. Instead, academics focus on the growth of a process by which technology is funded, researched, and produced, forming a closed loop. The technologies are used and transformed by its users, which then feed into the process of guiding for its future development. In contrast, such determinism expresses that technology does not determine society, nor does the society script the course of technological change, since many factors, including individual inventions and entrepreneurship, intervenes in the process of scientific discovery, technical innovation, and social applications. So the final outcome depends on a complex pattern of interaction. New media follows the logic of globalized society, whereby every citizen can contrast his or her own custom lifestyle and select their own ideology from a large number of choices rather than pushing the same objects to mass audience. In the series of new media, voicemail is one important element. Voicemail introduced in the year 1970 was popular in terms of electronic messaging. It is now one of the popular methods of leaving and retrieving important messages meant for friends, family, and business associates. What is voicemail? Gordon Matthews found a company called VMX, Voicemail Express, in the year 1979 and obtained the patent for this is a digital invention in the year 1982. VMX was the first voicemail service provider with the first client being 3M. The system recorded and managed messages using the digital technology, and still some companies use VMX systems. Now the technology has now emerged. Now all nowadays we are using Gmails and many applications, interaction applications like Instagram, WhatsApp, all this. So here we need to know about the basic basic technology, that is a voicemail. Voicemail typically is integrated with the on-site phone system that allows both inside and outside users to utilize many features. Such features like it includes off-site access to messages, paging, and urgent message delivery, among many others. Operations are performed through automation, and voicemail system instruct users on how to enter commands through the phone's keypads, such as how to retrieve a message. This facility guides both incoming and outgoing calls. The next, there is a different types of voicemail. There are several voicemail systems available based on the user functionalities, like who is using them and where what equipment and software is used, and how who is providing the phone message services. Broadly, two major systems are in use. One is the PC technology, and the other is proprietary system using equipment specially designed and supplied by a voicemail provider. PC used systems can be run using standard computers and servers with a specialized software that integrates incoming and outgoing phone messages. Such equipment can be modified to include voice board and circular and also additional plugins for phone lines or other important equipment. Service provided voicemail systems use hardware that is specially built by the company. Such proper proprietary systems can be customized from the ground up for the type of business it will serve. They can be more expensive than PC-based systems because of their customized nature. Using of voicemail. Using voicemail for the incoming caller is as easy as dialing a phone number and speaking. After dialing, the party's phone will ring and the call will be sent straight into voicemail, where the caller will be advised how to leave a message by the person's outgoing message. A typical outgoing message format is hello, you have reached the voicemail box of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. It will be out of the office until Monday. Please leave me a message after the tone, including your phone number, and I will call you back when I return. So this is nowadays very rarely using, even though just we recollect, we need to remember the voicemail services. Because now the technology and various applications available. So we are using the other applications which are now available with us. In the new media, another important element is teleconference. A teleconference is a process of live exchange and mass articulation of information among several people and missions remotely located and are linked through a telecommunications system. So in government offices, generally they use teleconference. So contacting the head of the department with the other officers sitting in the office and other officers they located in their headquarters only. For example, a teleconference between the district magistrate, that is a collector, and the tehsildar of that particular district. It is possible with the new system teleconference. How to conduct an effective teleconference. So teleconference, the importance of teleconference we know. So for conducting a teleconference, we need to keep some points like plan accordingly, scheduling and preparation, starting the call, share leadership duties, keep it entertaining, take attendance, toll-free, last-minute reminder. All these includes in the effective teleconference. We will discuss about each point. Plan accordingly. All participants should review the agenda prior to the call. Consider the participants and volumes of time available when determining the number of agenda items. The next one is scheduling. All participants should have the required information like the access phone number, the conference code, etc. Distribute supporting documents, files before beginning of the conference. So it is easy to understand the officer to see that document. And the next step is starting the call. facilitator should dial in a few minutes early and be the first in the conference. If appropriate exchange formalities with the early arrivals into the call and give the subsequent arrivals as a team building activity. Here we need to ensure participants' time constraints and adjust the call accordingly. Now we have generally we are using the same teleconference is like equivalent to now what we are using Zoom application. There is a limit for 40 minutes. We are here interacting with each other at the same time in a real time. That is related, means similarity as Zoom now we are using. Now coming to the topic, so agenda, as per the agenda, they need to discuss some topic, ensure that all the participants not deviate from the agenda items. And next one is share leadership duties, make the less engaged people to become more involved in the call. Ask the individual to lead sections of the agenda. During the call, pause occasionally and ask for feedback. Now, how I am interacting with you, yeah, I'm asking you on and off about your, I'm asking you to ask me the questions or doubts, whatever it is. Next, wrap things up. A brief gist of all items discussed should be read and circulated later to all the participants. All the contact details of the participants should be registered for future use. Next in this series, implementing the teleconferencing system is time consuming, but it is effective on a long term and eventually saves your organizations a tremendous amount of time and also money. So here some tips to boost audience, boost the attendance, because attendance is very important. So how to take attendance? So dear students, see now we have using this Zoom application, Zoom platform. It is clearly appearing who are participated in this conference. The same it is possible with the teleconference. Participants will be more likely to participate when they know that their name will be called out. A little accountability can improve the participation. Because without participation, there is we could not take attendance. It is need the records. And another important point is out time. Here, interpreter should call instead of the participants calling into the conference. And blast time futures enables all on the list will be called simultaneously. Operators can also assist with the out dial process. Keep attendees engaged with the video, PowerPoint, live polls, and text-based start to enhance the conferencing experience, and the participants will participate for more such sessions. Keep it entertaining. Why entertainment? Because a continuous discussion on the subject gives some need some break. So on and off, we need to use some entertainment. Incorporate humor throughout the meeting and find various ways to keep it interesting. Create a funny and interactive poll that show a comic strip or share a joke. All this is possible with in teleconferencing. Next one is plan your calls for the same time and same day of a week, so that the participants are less likely to forget. In addition, see, generally we in many offices, many government offices, every weekend, like on Saturday 3:30 to 4 o'clock, there is a fixed a scheduled teleconference for every weekend or first day of the week. So it is easy to all the participants to participate in that teleconference. Sometimes it is required to remind at the last minute. Nothing works better than a last minute reminder. Send a short mail about an hour before the schedule of conference. Yeah, dear students, so far we have discussed about how to conduct an effective teleconference. So what points remember while conducting teleconference? Now we will discuss about the social media tool. What is a social media tool? A social media tool is a technique used by corporations to provide an expert of their choosing to local television news broadcasts for often live interaction with the goal of getting out a specific message. Satellite media tools enhances the product marketability through a news program. That is why many organizations they choose television media tools. Television media tools enhance the product marketability through a news program. Satellite media tools can be exclusively for a product or can market your product with other non-competitive companies in order to reduce the overall budget. Total cost of an satellite media tools depends on the location, satellite time, and uplinks, spokesperson fees, etc. Fees includes complete concept and script development, coordination, and the production of the tour, complete station booking, satellite feeds, and monitoring reports. Here we need to know about the how these satellite media tours work. A satellite media tour is a series of advanced interviews conducted via satellite with a spokesperson in one city and television station reporters in selected cities across the country. The spokesperson speaks from one location in a sequence to other and conducting live or taped one-on-one interviews with local reporters. Now we are seeing live programs in the television news channels. So this is also it's a one kind of a social media tool, the satellite media tool. So in essence, a spokesperson can visit quite a number of cities in a matter of hours, and this gives company instant access to the news media. Each interview can be approximately 2 to 4 minutes in length. Factors that includes influences news producers in booking a satellite media tour that includes a newsworthy topic and exciting location, the popularity of the future spokesperson, credibility of the expert, and the ability to generate interest in the viewers to tune into their broadcast. The spokesperson chosen for satellite media tour should be an authority on the topic or a person who has had a personal experience with this product or an expert in the industry who has media accessibility and experience. Spokespersons generally in media training may be absolutely official, that is essential for a successful tool. So electronic encoding of the social media tool, the tool broadcast, and personal follow with the TV stations that have aired the interview, the air dates, audience reach, viewerships, numbers, and publicity value of the product, of that project. So far, we have learned about the social satellite media tools. Dear students, you may interact with me. I will give you the clarifications of your doubts, if any. Otherwise, I will move with a new another topic. In this syllabus, in this unit, in the syllabus, we have another important topic, that is a cashless society. Let me discuss details about the cashless society. A cashless society is the one in which people use more credit and debit cards instead of carrying cash in their wallets. Now we have many interface applications, Beam app, and many apps, Google Pay, Phone Pay. These are some examples. We are using without cash and paying the amount to the shopkeeper. A community which is cashless has lots of benefits to offer. There are both benefits and drawbacks of the cashless society. So everywhere where there is a benefits, there is also disadvantages. To begin with the demerits, first of all, if the society goes cashless altogether, it can become more spend thrift. If people carry cards all the time and every shop and vendor has a swiping machine available, people can become impulse buyers and end up purchasing things which they do not even require. Next, as the cards are teeny, they can easily drop from the pockets and people can lose a lot of money if they do not notice it promptly. Because now we have tapping cards also, tapping debit cards. That means there is also a limit for the tapping, but even though we are losing it, it is misplaced. Now we are using mobile phone, mobile applications, Google Pay, Phone Pay, like Beam apps, many other apps for paying cashless. For a small amount, we are very frequently using various applications, payment applications, interface applications. There are plenty of benefits of ongoing cashless. The most significant advantage is that the people need not to carry bulky wallets all the time. These days, there are smartphone cases available which have a card pocket made in them. People can keep all their cards in them and save their packet space. Now, many are not using purse wallets. Furthermore, just a mobile phone is ultimate for the cashless because there are various applications available in the mobile phone. They are using mobile phone only and paying the bills. Furthermore, carrying cards is safer because even if people lost them, they can promptly intimate their respective bank to cancel or stop block their card on the spot. But if they have cash in their wallet and they lost it, they can never get the money back. Sometimes some humanity angle it will be possible, but in general, it is not possible. In the conclusion, becoming cashless brings in just a few disadvantages, but if people stay more conscious, they can avail a plethora of its advantages. Every country should go cashless and lead a secure life. But be aware while using cashless. There is a many scammers. They are misleading the customers. So be aware how to use a cashless system. In the society, we must be aware of that. We must be very recently, we know some scammers, some messages over the phone we are seeing. So be aware for electronic misleadings and while using mobile phones or electronic goods. So dear students, so far we have learned about the new media, the evolution of the new media, and what are the elements includes in the new media. We have seen in this unit that the new media refers to the convergence of computing and media services through the acquisition, manipulation, storage, and distribution of text, sound, moving images, still images, cinemas, short clips, graphs over a network of computers. You can also find elaborate discussion on the evolution of new media, setting up a voicemail box creates space for the recording messages on the server. It opens a file where your digital messages can be stored. You often also create and enter a passcode so that only you or someone whom you authorize can listen to or manipulate your voicemail box. Factors, okay, dear students, in this unit we have learned about the Another important item is the teleconference. It is a process of large exchange and mass articulation of information among several people and machines remotely located and are linked to a telecommunication system. You know about the satellite media tools and it is a technique used by organizations to provide an expert of their choosing to local television news broadcast for often live interaction with the goal of getting out of specific messages. So, dear students, here is I am concluding this session. In the next session, we will discuss about the information society and another important topic. We have means in the unit we have internet. What is internet? The origin of internet, networks, multimedia. All this we will learn in the next session. If you have any doubts, please type your message in the chat book or interact with me. I will give you the clarification. If there is no doubts, I will conclude this session and we will meet again in the next session with a new topic, new unit. Thank you very much for patiently listening this video lesson, this online counseling class. Thank you once again, my dear students.